Jason Keaton here. I'm at home. It's afternoon. I went into work super early and I am super sleepy. But I have my fourth cup of coffee, I believe, and my favorite mug, my Eric Cartman Respect My Authority, or his spect for some of my friends, my authority. And I've got a busy day ahead of me. I've already done a lot of stuff and I still have a bunch to do. We're having our annual Halloween party for the kids tonight. I gotta get some decorations, gotta get some stuff for that, and you know, I won't be done until way later tonight. So I promised I would do these questions, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna answer these questions. So make sure that's recording. The sun's right in my eyes, so that's why my glasses are tinted. First question is from Jake, and Jake wants to know what I look for from someone going from white to blue belt. Good question, Jake, and I'm kind of old school in this, that I really view it as I'm really looking for a good foundation in Jiu-Jitsu. Usually by the time someone is a blue belt, they have a good game as far as they either have a good guard game or a good passing game, or you know, they get a good mount, and you know, they got something going on there. Usually one of those or a little bit of both. But I had some influence early on from Roy Harris, and what Roy Harris looks for from someone at that foundation level is good escapes and good control. And over my years of now, you know, being a black belt for a while, and training people all the way up to black belt themselves, I understand that that's super important, because that is something that if people neglect, it's going to come back and bite them in the butt later on. So for my students, I really look for them to have good control and really good escapes. All right, they usually will have something on their own, like a good guard or passing and their favorite submissions and all that stuff. And I also make sure that they have some level of takedowns and they know at least some basic self-defense in some fashion. So the main thing is control and escapes for me, and then also making sure they have well-rounded jiu-jitsu. And also I want to make sure that, you know, they're a good person. I mean, I don't try to, you know, throw morality and ethics at people, but I can't train someone that I feel is going to go out there and just use it for basically evil purposes. You know, with obviously great power comes great responsibility, so I got to make sure that that is also happening. All right, good question. Thank you, Jake. Next question is, what is an appropriate age to start jiu-jitsu? And that is from Brian. Brian, he said he started in his late 20s. I would say any age. I know it's kind of a silly answer, but any age is a good age to start. So if you're 4 years old or 64 years old or 84 years old, then I think it's a good time to start jiu-jitsu. All right, today is a good time to start jiu-jitsu, but any age is a good age to start. And I think people always get, you know, they always are wishful that they would have started when they were younger, or they would have taken it serious, or wouldn't have breaks or whatever. And like I tell everyone that asks me something like that, don't worry about it. That's all in the past. You had, you know, even if you know, started training but you quit, or you know, you wish you would have started when you were younger, none of that matters. All that matters is from this day forward. So if you really want to make jiu-jitsu something big in your life, you want to be good at jiu-jitsu, then don't worry about what you could have done. Only worry about what you will be doing from here on out. All right, you know, I wish I would have started sooner too, and I wish I would have competed more. You know, there's lots of things you wish you could have done, but you can't worry about any of that. Just think about the future. Okay. From Sean, the importance of taping your fingers? Question mark. Not a statement. It's a question mark, right? So this is kind of I didn't tape my fingers for many years, and I really regret that. Now that's something I regret doing. I wish I would have taken my fingers sooner, because it's something that now I almost do every time. And I'm not a big products guy. There's a lot of like fads, of course, you know, you can buy this, you can buy that. But there's one thing that one of my friends gave me, a roll of like monkey tape. It was Ryan Brinkman. He gave me a roll of monkey tape. And there's several companies like this. And I tell you what, that stuff is great. All right? Because, you know, you can tear it off easy. It's already the right thing. And you can use it for stripes. Okay, so, you know, less wear and tear on your teeth, as if, you know, I care about that anymore. But you really can tape your fingers up. Now, how you tape your fingers It's up to you. I like to do these fingers and kind of put these together, make like a little crisscross, but still be able to bend here. And then these, I just kind of tape here and here. All right. But I do recommend taping your fingers. It'll save you a lot of pain and suffering later. I believe one of the judo athletes, I don't know if it's Kayla Harrison, but they have somebody show you how to do it, and you can look at that as a guideline, but eventually you'll find your own way of doing it. And I believe that, you know, yes, you should. Especially, you know, I'm a musician too. I play a lot of guitar, so being able to do this with my fingers is important, and be able to do that until I'm an old man is going to be important to me. So I definitely recommend you protecting your fingers and your toes if you worry about your toes also. You can tape them too. All right, good question. Okay, what's my next question is, okay, this is a good question. All right, so how do I approach someone that is new to my school? Okay, and also how do I approach someone that's coming into my school to train and they have had previous training? Well, it's kind of almost the same in this. So when somebody comes to my school, what I don't want them to feel like is we have like this tough guy mentality. All right, so I want them to make them feel welcome. I come and greet them, and my front desk manager, she will greet them, and she'll bring them in there to me, and I greet them, and I have everybody in my class introduce themselves to the new person. Okay, so whether they've trained previously or not, doesn't matter. I want them to feel right at home. If they've trained previously, the only difference is I kind of tell them kind of what we do. I mean, I tell them both kind of that, like, this is how we do stuff, this is what you do, and all that stuff. But if they've trained before, then, you know, I just kind of get a bit of feel where they're at in their journey of jiu-jitsu. But, you know, pretty much it's the same. You know, I want people to feel really welcome to my school, and like, I want them to feel like everybody's there to help them. And that's how it is. So I want them to recognize that. Maybe you've been to a school before where you go in and nobody greets you, and everybody kind of looks at you like you're fresh meat. And yeah, I don't know. I don't care for that. I want my school to feel like you know, like you're coming in and everybody's very friendly. That's what I want. All right. And my final question is from Charles, and that is, how do black belts get their promotions? How do they get their rank? Well, I don't know if it's different from every kind of lineage, but we kind of go by IBJJF. And for 3 years of being a black belt, you get a first stripe, and then for your second, it's 3 years, and then for your third, it's 3 years, and then for your fourth, it's 5 years of being a black belt. And I believe that's active training. I will tell you that I have not quit training, you know, since I started jiu-jitsu, and I will tell you that third degree black belt Jason knows a lot more than no degree black belt Jason. Although that I feel like I was in better shape and, you know, a lot more physically fit, which is definitely true. I think that as far as teaching and understanding the art and that constant study, yeah, I mean, I know a lot more about it, a lot more depth, a lot more detail, even on little things that you don't think, like there's more details on, like a basic armbar. There's a lot going on there when you really stop down and, you know, you've got a lot of experience into that move. Something that I call advanced basics. I mean, it's the same thing, but you get like, you know, 15, 20 little steps on it, and man, it's amazing. So that's kind of how you get your rank. But I mean, also that's because if you're training and you're studying, then you're going to increase in knowledge. All right, so guys, this has been really great. I've got a lot more subscribers, and I'm getting a lot more questions, and I really love helping, because being part of being a black belt, in my opinion, is giving back to jiu-jitsu. And I think that's also how somebody should get their rank is, you know, what are you doing for jiu-jitsu, kind of like they do in judo. But for me, this is a way I can give back. So if you have any questions, you know, you can leave them in the comments. You can email me, blindfurybjj@gmail.com, or you can ask me on my Facebook. All right, so I've been Jason Keaton. Thank you guys for watching and supporting. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon in another video.